Hi guys, and welcome to another Thoughtscapes. Thank you for clicking on this video. I'm guessing that you are interested in how to save money so that you can travel the world. Well, number one, please like the content of this video if you get to the end and you think, yeah, she did a good job. Some or all of the tips resonated with me, and yes, I want to go traveling around the world. Secondly, put your comments down below, any other questions that you might have that I haven't picked up on. I will do my best to try and answer them for you so that you also have the ability to go around the world because it's awesome. And thirdly, please subscribe to this channel if you enjoyed this content. I do motivational videos, but I also do other random stuff like tags, challenges, advice about how to go traveling. Let's get cracking. Let me set some context out here. You do not need to sell your kidney in order to travel the world. Although I did some research. You know, sometimes you question what you Google. You're like, did I really Google that? Well, this was one of those moments. It needs to go on record. How much is a kidney on the dark web? Guess how much a kidney is worth on the dark webs, on the black market? Dude, you can travel the world 20 times over with the amount of money that you get. Can you? One kidney on the black market costs $225,000 US. And mind you, you have two and you only really need one to survive. So if you guys are getting desperate, remember, you don't have to sell a kidney on the black market to afford going and traveling around the world. You just have to be smart about it because you can travel on any budget. You don't have to be stinking rich like Scrooge McDuck. Although I did travel 15 countries in my year traveling the world, I did spend the majority of my time in Southeast Asia, which is a very economical, cheap part of the world to travel in. But mind you, I did travel in all the ways possible. I did very low budget, which meant going to hostels, homestays, taking free tours, going on overnight buses, eating at the roadside, some really cheap but very good street food. But on the flip side, I also stayed at 5-star hotels. I visited Michelin star restaurants, and I even managed to rent my own apartment in LA for a few months. So before I even went traveling, I worked out that I would feel comfortable spending around £1,000 a month on traveling. I thought £1,000 would also be a safe buffer, and it will give me the flexibility to do not just the cheaper mode of traveling, but also allow myself to splurge here and there. And to be honest with you guys, I didn't even have to spend £1,000 per month because I was able somehow to manage my money pretty well. So what did I do? Firstly, I lived with my parents. Over the course of the year, you can be spending on average £40,000 on rental alone. And you also tend to save on food or other household type expenses because you're kind of just leeching off your parents. Like my parents, I just eat their food, I'd eat their meals. I know for some of you, living with your parents is an absolute no-no. But for me, I'm pretty cool with living with my parents, and I think the payoff is well worth it. Look at my traveling pics. I also curbed on eating out and drinking alcohol. I switched from going to restaurants and buying takeout food to packing my own lunches and eating at home. What I did was I tracked my average expenses, and I think that's an important step to take even before you go traveling, so you know exactly how much you make and how much you can potentially save. And I worked out that I spent on average £100 a week. That's £400 a month. That's like what, $600? And what you don't realize is that all these coffees and croissants and dinners and cocktails that you're grabbing here, there, they cost a lot of money. So I cut down my £100 a week to about £30 a week when I did a weekly shop. That's a saving of £70 a week, which is £3,640 per year. I mean, that's a lot of money. Oh, hello. How are you? Hello, it's my friend Marge. She's just come back from Harrods. Did you see my message? Oh, let me turn it off. I'm back. I would advise you to get a savings account. I set up a savings account so that a portion of my monthly salary automatically went into my savings account without me touching a bit of it. If you can't see it, you can't spend it. And it also decreases the temptation to spend the money because you actually have to go through extra hoops to get that money from your savings account. I know savings rates aren't the greatest at the moment, but it's less about how much interest you're going to make on your savings account and more so about eliminating the temptation for dipping into your bank account and just wasting money. Be Be honest with your people, guys. And what I mean by that is that I told everyone way in advance that I would be traveling for the year. Not only did I do that, but I backed it up by booking my plane ticket in advance because it saves money. Also, it made it real to people if I could tell them, yes, I'm definitely going, I've got my ticket booked. And the great thing about telling the people that you hang out with is that it makes it very real for them and they take it seriously. So if you decline a social outing or an event and you say, I can't because I'm trying to save money, they will understand. They won't call you out. They won't take it personally and they won't make it into a big deal. So guys, if you're strapped for cash and you are trying to save for your trip around the world, if your friends care about you that much and they value your company, they will pay for you to spend time with them. And lastly, I sold stuff on eBay. I was like a proper Del boy. Dude, I raided all my cupboards, I raided my house, the shed, for things that I could just move on eBay really quickly. I even went to the extreme of visiting car boots and thrift stores to see if there was anything that I could buy that would go for double on eBay. I mainly sold clothes and accessories on eBay because I understood that market more than anything else, but it involved a lot of time and a lot of trial and error to determine the exact brands, the clothing, the styles that would get me that double profit. The stuff that worked for me were designer jeans and shoes, and it's like killing two birds with one stone because in one respect you're getting rid of certain items that are cluttering up your space, and on the other hand you are making a profit to save for your year of traveling. Yeah, there were some great weeks where I would turn a £500 profit, but selling on eBay isn't as easy as it looks. There would be some weeks where I didn't make that much profit and I would have loads of inventory laying around the house that I wanted to get rid of. But all in all, I think in that year I made about £1,500 just flogging stuff on eBay. So in doing all of these things, it might sound like times were really hard for me and I was scrimping and saving, but truly, it really wasn't, because if I wanted to spend something, I wouldn't be so strict with myself. I would spend it. But what I did differently for a year was control my spending a lot more. I was a lot more conscious of what I was doing. So I didn't completely cut off the luxuries or the nice things in life, but I was more regimented in monitoring my general and day-to-day spend. And through doing that, it made me realize something quite poignant, which is I felt like I did live with a certain amount of excess, because when I stripped my spending back, I realized that I didn't need to do all these things. I didn't need to spend all my money to enjoy my life. And there was also a huge amount of satisfaction at the end. When I reached that 12 months and I managed to hit my goal of saving X amount, I felt a sense of accomplishment because I was able to sacrifice something for a greater cause. I was able to sacrifice some of the day-to-day little luxuries for something big that I really wanted to do for myself, which is travel. So guys, let me know what else you want to hear about traveling. If you want to know any travel tips, where to stay, what to do, where to go, the destinations that I went to, what my top 5 destinations were, I'll happily do a video for you because I love traveling. If I can help you with your traveling conundrums or questions, let me know in the comments section. And if you appreciated this video, please hit the like button so that this video kind of gets exposed to more people, you know, struggling YouTuber and that. And also subscribe to my channel for more travel advice and tips and recommendations. And I hope to see you in my next video. Cost me £1,000. Top 5 things to do in those destinations were destinations.
So sorry, it's raining outside. Oh, British weather, honestly.
It's really crap, and I can hear it too. Get me that profit on eBay. That eBay? Money, money, money. Must be funny. In a rich man's world. Ooh.